When some people think of the Humane Society of Berks County, they think of pet adoption. And in its 100-plus year history, adoption has been a mainstay of the mission. But the Humane Society of Berks County is much more. It enforces Pennsylvania's anti-cruelty laws. It provides community education programs. It coordinates disaster relief services related to animal welfare. And it offers low-cost veterinary and spay-neuter services. Perhaps the injured and stray animal rescue and PetNet programs most clearly demonstrate the impact of the Humane Society of Berks County. Each year, hundreds of stray, abandoned, or abused animals are rescued, nursed back to health, and placed into caring homes. The innovative PetNet program provides temporary housing, medical services, and food to animals from families where major illness, catastrophe, or domestic violence have disrupted the normal home environment.
On September 22nd, my house collapsed and we lost everything. Firemen were there, the police were there, and the one policeman came over to me and said, "You have to make arrangements for your dogs." And I didn't know what to do. I have a St. Bernard, he's Baxter, and I have a Golden Retriever, Duke. Now when you have a poodle, you get a lot of people who say, "Oh, well, we'll keep him for a few days." But when you have a St. Bernard, your first reaction is, "Oh my, I had a problem."
Deborah didn't have anywhere to go, and she brought Baxter and Duke to the Humane Society of Berks County as part of our PetNet program.
The biggest concern I had for my pets was that they were safe. I needed to know that they were not out in the cold, the rain, that they had something to eat, and that they had somebody who's going to be looking out for them, because I couldn't. And the Humane Society was great. While they were here, I had nothing but wonderful experiences.
They loved to be walked together. And trust me, they were a handful, because it was not Chihuahuas, ladies and gentlemen, that I was dealing with there.
When they came back, I'll tell you, they were like puppies all over again. They were in everything. They were so excited. I was so relieved, because I had a hard time finding a place that would take my dogs. And for me, that was the only thing I was concerned about. I didn't care where I had to go. As long as they took my dogs, that was fine. I mean, I'd live in a garage if I had to, just as long as I had my dogs.
Izzy's a beautiful little calico kitten who was brought into the shelter by our animal control officers. It was middle of winter time, and she was reportedly thrown from a window. She was seriously injured. She had a big wound on her right hip and the leg was fractured. Her left leg was dragging behind her. She had no use in it at all, and she was very dehydrated and very weak. The most amazing thing about her was that as we examined her, she purred the entire time, and she did the making biscuits happy pawing in the front as we went through her exam. I thought she was a remarkable little kitten and certainly deserved a chance.
When we heard about Izzy's past and the trauma that she'd suffered, we were not affected at all in our decision about taking her. Izzy's pretty much typical of a calico cat. She likes to speak. She's very friendly and lovable, and that's what I was looking for.
She's always around the house. When you get home from school, she's there to welcome you, and she's just easy to talk to, even though she's a cat.
Izzy has taken over the household like she's a little princess. She has her own routine. She almost has her own little apartment in the house.
Getting Izzy was very nice, and having her it's wonderful.
The first time I met Maya was the first day that she came into the shelter. When she came in, she was very thin. She was very loving towards everybody, though. She never shied away from people. But basically, your first initial response is, how can a dog that large be that small?
Despite the condition that she was in, her physical condition, she didn't seem like she was down. You could see in her eyes she still had hope. And it was like when she was here, she knew we were there to help her. She was really sweet to us. the whole entire time that she was here.
I was volunteering at the Humane Society for a spay-neuter clinic. One of the technicians told me I should go and see the dog that they had brought in. And I went to see her and crawled in the kennel with her, and she put her big nose on my face, and that just did it for me. When we first got her, she really didn't know how to run. And she would take off across the yard and her hind legs would come to her head, and she would just kind of pause and turn around and look like, what's going on? She couldn't quite get what was going on with her running. And as you know, she started running with Aggie and the little dogs, and she got better at it and better at it, but she was really clumsy and not coordinated at all when we first got her. I think the thing I like the most about her is her eyes, for one thing. They really do look human and like they have a soul in there. And the other thing I like about her is she gets along really well with the little dogs. She really likes the little dogs. And she's just a big, goofy dog. She's very friendly to us and very happy to be here. She's turned out to be a really good dog.
The thousands of animals we help each year come to us through no fault of their own. But without our help, they have no hope of the life that they deserve. They need the Humane Society for emergency medical care that will save their lives. They need us to provide the food and shelter and adoption programs to give them a chance at new lives. They need us to help their human caretakers so they can keep their beloved companion animals right where they belong, with the family that loves them. Without us, these animals face an uncertain future. Without you, the Humane Society of Berks County cannot provide any of these life-saving services. Please, help us to help the animals who need it most.